Shit.
Keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home.
What's going on, everybody?
Telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all the known land, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tommy C, and this is Shop the Point. My point men today are none other than Versts, Dr. Zhivago behind the glass, and our very special guest who you agreed you want me to go in on you, I guess. The God of Cringe.
Yeah, man. Give me all you got.
All right. Yeah, I'm interested because I'm really going to try to give you your side of the story. I didn't follow it super close, but from what I have seen, your accusation of SoCalChrist has been almost completely debunked. Is that the case? I mean, did you make this up about him?
So, based on my initial accusation video, that was completely by memory. I didn't have a copy of the video. He was supposed to release the video, but it was never released.
Okay.
I said it to the best of my ability. I didn't lie. It was based off of faded memories, and as we all know, memories do fade.
No, okay. I would agree with that. Now, what exactly, I know this is going to be a rehash for you, what happened between you and SoCalChrist, and was your girlfriend, or?
Well, my wife did happen to be at VidCon with me that year, but she wasn't in the video. What happened with it was towards the end of VidCon 2017. It was actually about a year and a half ago now.
Okay.
I decided to capitalize on the fact that there were people around me with more subscribers, and I could possibly do collaborations. I offered the Jesus Guy 8 collaboration on the final day of VidCon, and he said, "Sure. Do you have any ideas?" And I said, "Well, how about we do something as simple as you be in your character, I be in my character, and we just interview each other." My phone was dead, which I normally film with. He whips out a GoPro. He's filming with a GoPro. And we do our little interview. And then I guess towards the end of the interview, because he never actually released the interview, but towards the end of the interview, where the incident occurred, I do my whole cringy stunt where I pull my shirt up, reveal how hairy I am, and discuss that. And that's where he noticed that Boogie2988 had signed my belly, drawn a cartoon penis ejaculating, and for whatever reason, my nipple was revealed in addition to my belly, and I guess that for whatever reason tempted him to interact with it, and he requested to sign it, and I didn't remember not having a button-up shirt on. I didn't remember saying yes. I didn't remember pulling the marker out. Nonetheless, he signed it. He colored in a bit. He drew a heart around it. The entire time I felt somewhat pressured because I didn't want to ruin the collaboration, and he had so many more subscribers. I didn't want to say no and break character. And what it came down to was I was riding on the fact that he said he was going to release the video, right? So in my mind, that act was simply something cringy to put on his channel, and me returning the favor by also putting it on mine. But when weeks and
I got to be honest with you, when I look at your content and all the wacky stuff you do, and you do stuff with your clothes off and things like that, it's a little tough to believe if that's the way it went down. Right. How did you feel some kind of pain? Like, how were you threatened? Or are you just somebody that didn't get, the collab didn't go through? It didn't work out. By the way, it happens to me all the time. Like, how does this raise the level of sexual harassment?
So, first of all, I don't think there's ever any need for clothes unless you're out in public, number one. And then number two, weeks and weeks went by, and that's what made me realize maybe he's not actually going to release this. Maybe him saying he was going to release it was simply a cover-up. And as he was signing my nipple, maybe in his mind he thought, you know what, I'm not releasing this anyways. Let me have fun with a guy who's half my age. A nipple is, it might be far-fetched, but it is the most sexual organ on the frontal upper portion of a male's body.
Get the fuck out of here! Come on!
I'm not.
You're smiling. I see you're fucking smiling. Are you kidding me? I mean, I was in the.
Quick question: Do you behave like an autist for your job? Like, is this what you do full time now?
So,
like, have you done it so often that you do it off camera? Is that how this works, or what's happening?
I'm a normal guy with a character online. I don't know what to say, but I'm
to be honest, so far how I've interacted with you, you seem about the same. You seem just as stupid as in your videos.
Come on, man. I mean, come on. I was in the army. We did that. I never, like, how did this shatter your life? I've had titty twisters done to me. I mean, how did this shatter your life? And why did it take 2 years, a year and a half to release it?
I've never had a titty twister. I would never allow a titty twister. That would affect me as well.
That would have.
The marker was a slow process, which I was afraid he took sexual pleasure in.
Oh.
And
so if I gave you a titty twister and took no sexual pleasure in it, then it would be okay?
If you were a close friend and I knew that, and you apologized afterwards and said you were never going to do it again, then
But after watching the video, I mean, you could have said, hey, maybe don't sign my nipple, you know, if you felt that uncomfortable about it.
Oh, but the guy had so many more subscribers. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I absolutely had that option. Again, I didn't want to break character. I didn't want to ruin the interview.
Yeah.
I didn't want Jesus reviewing the footage years later, months later, and getting sexual pleasure out of it, knowing I was a young, supple-skinned, soft-skinned young male. I didn't know how he viewed it.
So you're older now? A year and a half later? Are you grinded, like you're grizzled and grinded like me? You know? I mean,
I'm not 27. I was 25 at the time.
You're 25 at the time. That's still that's a full-grown adult. You never been in a locker room. Did you not make the sports team? I mean, this is
as a young man, I did have my underwear, my little whitey tighties pulled down in the locker room, and that did badly affect me as a young man.
Well, that's a little different. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, this is a titty. You're basically explaining a titty twister. I mean, I'm sorry. And
my nipples are very sexual. If I twist my nipples for 1 or 2 minutes, it starts to feel similar to my penis.
Oh,
no.
So let's talk pain and suffering, okay? What happened to you in the weeks after this holy titty twister from SoCalChrist? Right. Yes.
So in the weeks after, I subscribed to his channel, waiting for the video to be released, and it just never gets released. So again, I start to wonder, and then I contact him on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if I had him follow me, so I could DM him, but either way, I did DM him. And sure enough, asking me about the video, he simply didn't care anymore than to reply with a simple template, copy and paste. Hey, I'm Jesus's manager. I'll let him know you contacted him. But sure enough, when I finally release this video, when I see that he's making, almost 1 million subscribers from this child court issue that he wants his kids back, and he responds in a snap. Right?
Well, that's not what I asked you. When I asked you, where was your pain and suffering? Like, how did you suffer from the sexual harassment? And you mentioned I asked you about pain and suffering. You tell me about a deal that fell through. I mean, is that a little revealing about your motivations in this?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you quite right. I'll answer your question.
Yeah.
So, like I said, as the weeks went by, I wondered what was his motive for doing this. If he never wanted to release it, was he just wanting to play with a young man's nipple? That got to me. That ate at my soul. And it eventually made me feel dirty. It made
it kind of sounds to me like you're just pissed that he didn't tag you in the description.
Yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like to me, which he probably should have. I mean, if you agree to something, I mean, we've dealt with this before with other YouTubers. If you agree to something, you should follow through in it. But I don't know if it warrants a sexual harassment, which basically boils down to. And by the way, I'm not treating you any different than I would a woman. I think when women pull this shit, it's bullshit as well. So don't think that I'm just being hard on you. Yeah.
No, I respect you. So just so you know how serious I am, at DragonCon, I was with a fellow YouTuber. There's a guy named Nerd City. I've done a collaboration with him.
Yeah, we know Nerd City.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
He has a coworker named the Devil on his show.
Yes.
And I hung out with the Devil at DragonCon in Atlanta. When I was hanging out with him, he was talking about doing a possible collaboration with the SoCal Jesus. Okay. I felt a pit in my stomach, and I said, please don't. You don't know what he's done to me. He makes me sick. I can't look at his channel. I can't look at his videos. I feel sick to my stomach remembering what he's done to me.
When did that happen?
That
I'm interested. When did that happen? You said that to Nerd City or the devil?
No, I said it to the devil.
You can't trust the devil, though.
Yeah.
So you sent him. So do you have any DMs out there that this life-changing titty twister that you got? Do you have any DMs out there that show maybe from 2017 that show that you?
Wait. Let's not get confused.
Absolutely.
It wasn't a titty twister. Didn't she color a fucking heart on your nipple?
Oh, that's right. It wasn't even that much. I apologize.
It wasn't even. Yeah, let's not make it more than it is. He fucking colored a heart on your nipple.
Yeah, man. I'll send you the DM, bro. He gave me a template response.
I'm interested. He gave you the devil gave you a template response?
Did
No,
you
no. I was physically with the devil, but in 2017, Jesus responded on Twitter with a template response that it was his manager saying, "Hey, I'm Jesus' manager. I'll let him know you contacted him."
It just sounds like you got a little bit of the devil's temptation, brother.
Are you gay?
It's
by any chance? Are you gay?
Not even the slightest.
Okay,
That's why it's bothered me so much.
Oh, okay. What's the matter? You don't like gays?
I love gay people. They're my friend.
I'm sorry. My inner Jesse. What's that guy's name?
Jesse Peterson.
Yeah, just came out. I apologize. All right. Do we have? Can we get some of the? I'd like to look at the. I'd like to look at the footage. Can you get a hold of the footage for me? Is there footage out there, Javago?
2 seconds. Yep.
Yeah,
I'll send it to your DM.
I want to take a look at this. Beta. I don't know, man. It's really tough for me to. I mean, people are sensitive on all different levels. I wouldn't expect everybody to be like me or feel like I do. But this, and just the fact that you keep on bringing up the collaboration. Now I can't see into your heart. It does. Can you see why people don't believe you?
I do, and yes, the collaboration did have its benefits if the video was released.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. But that's not
because your soul would have been intact.
I'm sorry.
Your soul would have been intact. I mean, he hurt your soul. Had he tagged it in the description, your soul would have been intact. I mean, that's what it sounds like.
So let's say, for example, Jesus had a good friend that was super famous. Let's say his friend was Ashton Kutcher, and we wanted to do a collaboration to email to Ashton Kutcher because I wanted Ashton Kutcher to notice me. Even if I didn't get any subscribers from that, and he never sent the video to Ashton Kutcher, I would wonder, why did he film it with me if he wasn't going to do what we agreed upon?
Well, maybe he didn't like the way it looked. Maybe it didn't help. I mean, I'm not saying like if somebody makes agreement to tag you, especially a bigger guy, I agree with you 100%. But I mean, these things do happen. This feels like revenge.
So when you DM Tommy,
7 minutes. Sure, go ahead.
So Tommy, when you review this footage, you're going to notice.
Okay.
He first when he starts to salivate at the tongue, when he looks at my nipple and he puts his finger millimeters from my nipple, a very uncomfortable distance away, and then rests his palm on my chest, on my breast, he draws on my nipple. It's honestly, it's hard for me to watch, but I'll do it for you, Tommy.
Well, I you know what, you could turn the camera off and we'll take a look at this. What's the timestamp on that? Well, it's
7 minutes 15 seconds.
Okay. Here's oh shit, I forgot to put the thing on. All right, let's put you back through. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. I don't want to put you through any more suffering. Here we go.
All right.
Jesus. Give him what he wants. And so I asked him, is this okay? And he said yes. And he encouraged me all along.
I've never seen Jesus have to defend himself.
To continue with autographing.
Oh, wait a minute. It's not coming up. I apologize. If it's wrong screen, I apologize. Let's go right.
Anyways.
You didn't miss anything.
You can see for yourself.
Here we go.
Here you go.
Viewer discretion is advised.
And look how hairy my belly is. It's like a lot of hairs.
What's that?
Boogie 298 signed here. And he drew a wiener, but
Can I sign that?
Oh, yes, you can.
I'll sign it really small.
Okay, dokie. Sign as big as you like.
Yeah, right off the bat, you don't look like a guy that cares if he gets his nipples touched.
Yeah.
You're pulling
That's
up
my character.
That's your character. Well, how the fuck is he supposed to know that?
I understand that. I don't think he should have ever asked to touch my nipple with anything.
But you didn't
had your shirt pulled up.
You're fucking kidding me, right?
You didn't have the fortitude to say no. You didn't have.
But again, a nipple is a very sexual organ.
I love when you say that.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
I'm
You
not
say
kidding.
that, but you see
you're
all
a
the
girl-
women talking about how they want to be able to show their nipples because it's being looked at as a sexual.
You want what you can't have. That's
Yeah.
why the women want to do that.
Yeah, well, maybe. Women could. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't. To me, and again, in fairness to you, although it's hard to be fair to you. I'll be.
So let's go step by step. You filmed the video of him signing your chest. You lift your shirt up past your nipple. He asks, "Hey, can I sign your nipple?" You say, "Oh yes, I would just love that." And then he goes to sign your nipple, and all of a sudden you're sexually assaulted.
A year and a half later.
Yeah.
When this guy's in a serious.
So first of all,
okay.
my chest and belly are equally extremely hairy. Number one, I'm a short Jewish male. Number one. Number two, I released the video at the time that I released it because I thought it would get the most viewership. I think the most people needed to know who he truly was at the time when he was begging for donations.
You waited until he was at peak popularity so you can get as many views as possible. Is what you're telling me?
I didn't want to put the video out and not very many people know who he was. This was the perfect time.
So you're admitting that you withheld this to hurt him at the worst possible time.
I did not want to hurt him. I wanted people to realize who he was and what he was capable of.
Let's see what he's capable of. Hold on. Let's see.
All within the nipple? Well, the areola?
That would get me going.
Okay, let's do this.
I would take that as an invite. That would get me going. That sounds like come and do it. That sounds like consensual, buddy.
I'm a very good actor.
Okay. Sure are.
Jesus.
You don't look uncomfortable at all, dude. And that is, yes, I'm cringing right now. I wouldn't want somebody doing this to me now that I'm seeing it. It depends how drunk I was, I guess. But, yeah, it's...
Let's get the J. C.
See, to me, this looks like a bunch of guys being goofy at VidCon. This is what it looks like.
JC.
Oh,
let's do a little heart.
Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ! You are getting me going.
We stayed with it. It looks like a little face, and there's the nose. Oh, that's
ink
pretty
poisoning
good.
on my nipple. This is great.
J,
I won't be.
and a heart. Let's fill in the heart. So
Jesus, now I won't be able to breastfeed my young. Oh.
Yeah, you're incredible actor because this sounds like you're in it.
So-
you're all about this. You're all about this. It's really tough to
From beginning to end, you were
from
approving
beginning
it.
to end, you're all about this.
So first of all, I'm on IMDb. I went through acting classes. I was a model at one time. I'm very good at acting. But the cherry on top, when Jesus just poured salt into the wound, is when he took his GoPro and he put it inches away from my nipple. I've never seen anything like this. That doubled the sexual tension.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean,
I'm not
Damn, where are your brains, boy?
all right.
Let's make that look more like a heart.
Oh,
there we go.
I mean, by the way, it's a stupid act. This isn't that funny. You know?
Okay, very nice.
JC.
My boobie has some personality now.
And then draw a big heart
You're
over
losing it. You're losing it, JC. You're losing it. There you go.
There we go. It's a big heart.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Look it.
And this is your camera or his? And this is his.
He's holding it with his other hand.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And you point to it, and the only thing you can come up with is your acting. You're
He
great.
held the camera right up to.
Where are you from, by the way?
I'm in Georgia.
You're in Georgia. Where'd you grow up? I'm not
I
saying
grew
pretty
up,
straight. Like what part of the country? Northeast, southwest.
No, I grew up in. I grew up. In
Oh,
Georgia.
you're southern. You're a Jewish boy down south. That couldn't have been easy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, I grew up with a lot of Jewish kids. I grew up in the Northeast. So.
And let's get Jesus in here. He's right here. He's doing autographs on the nipples. Now go subscribe on YouTube.
Correct.
You know what the funny thing is? If he was a chick, like everybody except us would be like fawning all over him and saying he got sexually assaulted. If you were a girl, you realize the only reason nobody bothers. One of the big factors is because you're a dude. And yeah, I would agree with that.
Absolutely. And listen, we were all females in the womb until we developed. You know,
what are you talking about? Wait a minute. First, biology check it. That's not true, is it?
It is.
No, it's not. There's two different chromosomes. Not chromosomes.
Inside of the egg of a baby crocodile.
Yes.
They are all females, except that there's a small difference. I forgot the detail. But
yeah.
We're all females originally.
Really? So did you when you thought up that great response, did you think people would handle this like you were a chick? Because people
what? I'm sorry?
Well, you think people are going to handle this like you're a girl? I mean, did you really think that you're going to get the same sympathy? And by the way, girls don't deserve that sympathy either, and neither do you, from what I can see here. But I mean,
you're open to your opinion, but one of my points was the fact that they should take me as seriously as a female.
And we are. If a woman was in that video, it would be the same thing.
For us, we're treating you the same fucking way, especially if you pulled up your shirt. For the rest of the world, yes, you're right. They probably would have fawned all over you and said you were some kind of victim. Is this rape? Possible. That's just a theory, a game theory, George.
Dude, this is like a girl at a fucking Slayer concert, lifts her shirt, begs them to sign it, moans the entire time, and then when she puts her shirt down, a year later, oh my god, they fucking raped me.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
This is nuts.
Come on.
This is nuts.
Come on.
Completely
You're
bizarre.
a funny guy.
No, let's not be fucking stupid about it. I'm being like,
I
don't understand. Like, I'm asking legitimate questions.
I did not lift my shirt for him to touch me in any kind of way. I was revealing how hairy I was.
Did this go the way you'd hoped? Because I don't think you've benefited too much. I just by put my finger in social media. I'm guessing most people it's not just us. Nobody's buying this.
I was startled and shook up after the interview. I wanted it to be a simple interview. You're saying how did the interview go for me?
No, I'm saying like public relations wise, this did not go your way. Did you expect this to go this way?
This absolutely went beyond my expectations.
Why is
he
that?
Put a video out on his channel, simply advertising my video more and spreading awareness of the Me Too movement. It couldn't have gone better.
Well, don't you think? I mean, the Me Too.
Do you just consider yourself part of the Me Too movement? Are you that stupid?
I am part of the Me Too movement now. Sadly, I have a Me Too playlist on my channel.
Oh, do you?
I was assaulted by the TSA agent. My wife was assaulted by a Santa Claus. When she sat in his lap, he got a boner. I'm not kidding you.
You're not kidding me? That's horrible. I mean,
didn't your wife, didn't she punch you or something the other day at Disney World?
So I did go live after he put out his video because, thousands of people were pouring into my channel. I needed to explain to him why his video was different than my accusations. I got up to 2,500 viewers at once, and it was insane. Yeah. She didn't punch me in the eye. She was very upset that I was streaming at the happiest place in the world and not giving her the attention that she felt she deserved at Disney World. And I thought that I was in a good enough place not to be doxxed. I begged her not to have her Mickey ears on and not to say where we were, but she just didn't seem to understand. And when she ripped the cord from my phone that was attached to the battery bank, the power bank, because she didn't want me to be able to stream anymore, it acted like a lasso, hit me in the eye. It felt like a flashbang. I thought my eye was sliced open at this point. My eye was in pain, and it was like a flash. I thought my cornea was damaged.
Are you throwing your wife under the bus now? Are you throwing your wife under the bus now? I mean, what the fuck? You guys?
I'm simply stating facts. You can draw your own conclusions.
Oh, are you guys still together?
My wife. I'm sorry.
Are you guys still together after this incident?
Yeah. Yes, my wife has autism. She has Asperger's, and she gets mad very easily.
Okay.
What happened?
Do we have video of this? Do we have video of this?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day.
There's a full 3.5 hour version, and then there's, I believe, an 8.
I just want to see her punch you. I mean, that's what I'm interested in. Is she Jewish too?
I wish. My mom wishes. Is what I meant to say.
Why didn't you be a nice Jewish girl? That you get what you deserve, right? Something like that.
Basically.
Is your mom from Long Island?
Basically. She is actually from Tennessee, where there's not many Jews, and my dad is from Anderson, Indiana, where there's many Jews.
Oh wow!
It's really
you like Don Imus? Don Imus, my radio hero. He was a Jewish guy. Grew up in Texas. He said it was interesting. Oh wow!
Wait, so you said she has Asperger's. Do you also have Asperger's?
Or
any other form?
There's nothing is confirmed, but there's definitely something missing in my brain that allows me to go through very awkward situations, film it, and put it on YouTube.
I
think we can all agree on that.
Yes.
Check your DM, Tommy. 19 minutes, 50 seconds.
19 minutes and 50 seconds. Let me check this out.
It's right in the heat of the moment.
He's here. Then we'll go over this. If you don't mind, sir, if this is
kind of, we got a little bit of breaking news I just saw on Twitter. H3, since it's kind of relevant to our guest.
Okay.
Ethan and Eli are having a boy.
Oh, that's great. Fantastic.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, all right. That's great. Having a boy. I wish the best to them. H3's always been quite nice to me. All right, where did you say it was? What's the
19 minutes, 50 seconds.
19 minutes, 50 seconds. I'm going to put it on 18 so we can do a build.
Facebook status is single, Amber?
I have no choice.
You married a girl named Amber?
Yeah.
Every broad I ever met named Amber was crazy.
Prove to me today
Amber,
that you only care about
please
your
put these
fans
rings.
and your stupid
Please,
YouTube channel.
please put these rings back on. I'm begging you.
Get off.
Amber, I can't get off. They donated. I promised
Get
them.
off. I don't fucking
Amber,
care.
if
Who is more
Amber,
important to you? Me or them?
Stop.
Choose.
Amber.
Now.
Amber.
No, you're gonna choose. It's either me or them.
Amber.
No, you're gonna choose. It's either me or them.
Amber, I love you.
No, you don't.
Please support me in my career. This is my career. Hey, stop fucking hitting me in my phone. Jeez, here, put your rings back on. I'm begging you, please.
Get off.
Now what are you so
Amber.
you're afraid? I mean, I can tell you're at Disney World already.
Amber, please.
I'm begging you to enjoy the last hour here.
Amber, here.
Last hour here, and then
I'll give you money. I'll give you money. Just leave me alone.
What?
Go get whatever you want. Go soda.
No, I wanted your attention, and I haven't gotten it all day.
Go get soda, Amber. You just broke your phone? Seriously? Guys, everybody, G-Vay.
I'm going to start watching all your streams. You're fascinating.
So, considering there's like another 2 hours of footage, I don't think you ever got off, right?
I mean, shit got crazy. What happened was, when she popped me in the eye by accident, the cops did end up showing up, and Disney management. Again, there's a much shorter highlight on my channel. But either way, they showed up, and like they were already pissed because the caller. I think they thought the caller was me or something, and the caller directed them to my channel, and then the caller said that my eye was bleeding. Because that's what I was saying on camera. I wasn't sure if it was bleeding or not. Either way, that is what I said.
All right. This is where she hits you.
Everybody thank G-Vay Afro for the $2. Thank you so much. You should blow my brains out. That's a terrible thing for you to say. My friend literally killed himself. Amber. Okay, Amber. Okay. My friend literally killed himself.
Get off.
My friend literally killed himself. And I loved him. He was literally my best friend. Thank you, Alex Gothard.
You're obsessed with this shit.
For the $1. That means we'll be on here for another 75 minutes. Unless people donate, I will stay on for an extra minute. Stop fucking hitting me. Ouch. Stop.
Oh, you're a cute couple, you guys.
Stop fucking hitting me.
Is there a big punch coming in, or is this it?
It's coming.
Seriously.
Get off. Show me.
Amber, stop.
Show me that you love me by getting off.
Amber, stop.
He gave you money.
Stop fucking yelling. Stop. Amber, stop.
Get off.
Stop.
I'm not playing this fucking game with you anymore.
Stop. I'll give you money. Ah!
I am so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I swear. I did not mean to. I swear.
You just hurt me.
I did not mean to hit you with it.
You just fucking hurt me.
You got marital problems, bro.
Yeah, do you not see where she was coming from, though?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, she's telling you to get off. Do you think you have a problem, a social media problem?
I was getting hundreds of dollars in donations.
Who gives a fuck? You're married to the girl, dude.
Yeah.
She wants you to spend time with her at Disney World.
Yeah,
and you're worried about a stream.
Hey, look, I have problems too. I'm obsessed with my work too. This is how I make my living. All right, and I gotta, I gotta put the phone down from time to time. Turn it off.
Right.
When the show's off.
Right. So people just kept donating to insult me, and what happened was, the police and the Disney management ended up coming. The Disney management was and the police were basically interrogating me because they didn't see my eye bleeding, and Disney management, their goal was to get me to stop streaming for whatever reason, even though it's not against policy. It's against
You're on private property.
You're on private property.
Right.
They can tell you to turn it off when they want.
Yeah. Right. So they can tell you to turn it off, or you can get off their property if you want to continue doing it, or you can turn the phone off. But their policy states for commercial reasons, you can't video or photograph. I wasn't doing it for commercial reasons. People happened to donate, but it wasn't for commercial
Yeah,
purposes.
it's commercial though.
So,
That probably qualifies though. If you're making money being in their park, you know,
The stream was commercial. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Donations are
So this
legally
stream,
donations
this stream's
are
commercial too. I mean, I'm not gonna make any bones about it. You know, I mean,
so either way, what ended up happening was the police talked me into having or because I kept saying I didn't want paramedics because I didn't want a bill, and they're like, no, paramedics won't cost you anything. Firefighters ended up coming saying they couldn't diagnose my eye, but they didn't see a cut. That relieved me. I said, let me go. Give us our IDs back and let my wife drive us to urgent care. That's when they wouldn't give it back for like 30 minutes. Ran our IDs, trying to look for warrants, looking for anything.
Yeah, they're investigating a domestic assault in Disney World's campus.
They're trying to get you the fuck out of there.
I kept saying that it was an accident, and they just wanted to get me banned, and it was clear. So what happened was the cop wouldn't give our IDs back. I knew something was up. The Disney cop, and the Disney management were like whispering together. So they were lying, saying that they were going to walk us over to the Uber park, to the Uber pickup, but really they took us to the Disney office. Yeah, and then another Disney manager came out like, sit down. I'm like, no, give me my ID.
I think I'd have thrown you out too. I can be honest with you. You know,
so you were causing a big fucking fuss in their park and then threw you out. Are you really that surprised?
Is it really? Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything against policy. What ended up happening was he's like,
what do you mean?
Why didn't you go in the law?
You have a married couple acting like a bunch of speds.
You should have went into the law, sir. The law was the place for you.
So first of all, my wife is disabled. Please don't say that, number one. And then number two, we were not around anybody else. We were in a restaurant that was closed down. Nobody else was there. We were allowed to be there. It was open for us to walk in, but nobody else was getting food. We weren't disturbing anything. The point is, the other Disney manager said, Orange County PD is coming. We're trespassing you guys. I'm like, what? Why? So they come, they interrogate us for like an hour. Again, this is all on video. I'm still live streaming this whole time. I'm like, we done nothing against policy. And then the Disney manager basically entraps me, saying, well, if you don't turn your phone off now, we are doing the trespassing.
All right. You know what? I got to be honest with you. I'm hearing your side of the story here, but it's just like, I don't. What's more interesting here is why you think you should be allowed there. That's. I think it says something about the Jesus thing too. You have a serious sense of entitlement.
So if you're not detracting from people's quality of experience who did pay to be there, and you're not keeping people from spending more money there, you're not hurting people or hurting property, then there's no reason why you should be banned from anywhere.
Well, you can make the same argument. You're lowering everyone else's quality of experience by being there and yelling and having a fucking problem.
A big fight.
Again, we weren't around anyone. Number one. Number two, it was clearly that they had a vengeance out for me.
You'll argue anything. You should have went in the law, buddy. You're
I'm sorry.
You're a lawyer. You should have been a lawyer. You really should have.
And that they just wanted to get under my skin. Now, the fact is they separated me and my wife. And when the cops interrogated me, they lied to my wife, saying that I was pressing charges on her when I wasn't. All I kept saying was that it was an accident. They were trying to get her to press charges on me.
They wanted one of you guys out because
that's how investigations work, bro.
That's kind of how it works, you know.
It's fucked up. Anyways, they finally let us go.
Fucked up.
They said they were detaining us for questioning. Yeah. And it came to the point where the cop and I were just talking about Netflix because he had nothing else to talk about. They finally had us do the fingerprints, agreed to never come back on Disney property, Disney Springs, Disney Cruise Lines, Disney stores, or we get arrested. Yeah. That's when they took us to a taxi cab.
I understand they tried to throw you out. I get that. I want to go back to Jesus
my New Year's
a little
resolution
bit.
To be as dope as
you know, with the situation that this
things get crazier if you let me finish.
Well, I don't want. I don't like. It's also going off the topic. I don't want to be.
It's not
misleading.
It's not.
How does this lead into Jesus? Get to Jesus. Go ahead.
So I tell the taxi cab driver I only have $3. He drives us a couple feet, tells us to get out and go to the highway because I said just take me off Disney property immediately. We walk to the highway. Disney doesn't let us get on the highway. We then go the other direction that Disney staff is telling us to go. We cross the street as we're walking on the sidewalk and still streaming. The police pull up next to us. 3 cops hop out and arrest both of us. I said, what are you doing? This is entrapment. This is illegal arrest. Again, it's all on video. I said, we're trying to leave. We're trying to follow your orders. You're arresting us. You're impeding us leaving. This is illegal arrest. You could lose your job. A cop just shot a chihuahua the other day and lost his job.
You just keep going. You're meandering. You're meandering. You're not getting.
One question, really quick. Did you ever think about praying to Jesus during all this?
I said your job's on the line, and guess what? He reviewed the footage. He knew that this was all on live stream. He's like, damn, you really did have $3. He took us off. He took us out of the cuffs. Disney paid to drive us back to the hotel. I leaked the hotel because the officers asked where I was. The management was there. Big ass guy put his belly on the back of my car and said, "You're not leaving. Go to the office. We're trespassing you." Cops came, trespassed us from the hotel as well.
All right. I'm sorry that happened to you.
But
I think you'll get it. I think you'll get over it though. I don't know what does
my
that have to
lawyer's
do with
involved. This is discrimination. My wife is autistic.
Yeah, you think it's because she's autistic and not because you're carrying on?
I'm taking Disney to court.
Are you really?
Dude, they're going to look at the video and see her yelling at you multiple times to please turn the stream off, and they're going to side with her.
Do you got the money? You got money for a lawsuit against the Disney Corporation or the park? I mean, do you really have that kind of loot?
They don't know. First of all, I have a lawyer on retainer, so I'm fine. Number one.
Okay.
And number two, they don't want a discrimination lawsuit on their ass. Trust me.
Yeah. I do get this feeling, this like theme with you that you're kind of using like the Me Too movement, popular opinion. You're kind of bend it to your way. You're almost like kind of race hustling in a sense. Not that you use now. Admittingly, you didn't use the fact that you grew up Jewish, but it almost feels like you're walking up to the door with that, and you're using her autism. You're using the Me Too movement. It smells of scam.
I will defend myself to the utmost ability.
Defend? This is offense.
If you were banned from Disney, trust me, Disney needs to have
banned from Disney. I would never get banned from Disney. I know how to behave myself. I'm 42 years old, And here's another thing: if I wasn't 42 years old and acted like a jerk, I think I know how to handle that well. I mean, your video is just like what not to do. Like, my wife's yelling at me to pay attention with her. I close the phone. Problem solved.
Because someone yells at me doesn't mean I'm going to give them attention, especially if I'm not making. I made over $800 in donations that night, dude.
Wow.
It doesn't matter.
It's more important, huh? Jesus. But whoops.
She'll get over it.
Yeah, she better, huh?
Well,
put her in line. Oh, maybe.
Thank God we got that squared away. Can we go back to topic?
I don't know. She'll get over it.
Let me see it. Open your eye.
Is this part of your act?
Yeah, that's not causing a scene or anything. My eye, I'm bleeding. Oh,
is that part of your act? You carrying on like that? I mean, if I was, I'd be humiliated if I know you're the God of Cringe, but
so I played up that bit on the eye. Number one. Number two,
you're not that big a pussy.
I didn't know how my eye actually was. I was concerned about my eye, and the initial crying, that initial facial expression was authentic. I continued with it, and I got the donations I deserved for that act, that performance. Although I was hurt. Okay. I was hurt. Right. My eye still throbs a bit to this day, and my vision is a bit blurry.
Does it? Oh, okay. All right.
It was the USB part, the hard metal part, not the lightning cable part.
All right. I got to be honest with you, buddy. I don't believe a word out of your mouth. They think you're just you're a thought. That's
for better words.
For better words, your thought.
Tell the truth and nothing but the truth, my man.
Yeah, well, look, you're definitely not afraid of it, but I think you're also showing your hand a little bit. I don't believe that this man assaulted you in any way. I think you're pissed off about money. I think that's what motivates you. I think and you're petty, and you're petty too, because you waited to this guy was like in the worst position possible. Do you have children?
No, but we actually just have my wife's tubes untied, and we're working on getting pregnant.
Oh, great. Good luck with that. So you have no idea what it's like to be in a divorce or anything like that, and know what
the way he treated my nipple, I didn't know how he treated.
That's not what I asked you.
I figured the judge had a good reason.
That's not what he said. That's not what I asked you. I asked you.
I'm sorry. What'd you ask?
I asked you. You have no idea what it's like to wake up in the morning and not know if you're ever going to see your kid again, do you?
If I had any sympathy for the man, trust me, I would feel awful for him.
But that's the situation, because I was in a situation like this here in Germany. Me and my wife split up, and she did it just before the army was going to send me home. So I had to figure out how a way to legally get over here. And, he's in a cult. I was in a German, I had German friends and the family, and they all shut me off. Right? Because it was go time with divorce. They all took her side. That's a little more understandable. He's in a much worse situation. He's got to go up against an entire cult. And it's a very real possibility that if the court rules in her favor, that he's not going to get weekends. That's best case scenario. He's going to get no contact. Did you think about that before you pulled this stunt?
You have to understand, he lost my trust completely.
I'm not asking you that. I'm not asking you that.
He never released the video. I didn't believe a word.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, do you know what it's like to live with the idea that you won't see your child again?
That would be very depressing. That would be very depressing.
It's a little more than depressing. It can warp your whole fucking world. And to sit there and see you go over with this thing and pull your shirt out and pull your nipple out and really almost be completely honest with the fact that you probably could have dealt with this if he had shouted you out.
So the video I released, actually, because I talked about how vague he was being and how and how I said,
I don't care about him.
And he put out a video.
I don't care
of his children,
about him. Never have kids.
Fighting rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you bout to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she bout to catch a pedigree. Chi-Town, the King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 Mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.